What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and welcome to the first video in the Vegas Pro tutorial series. Now, in this first video, we're not going to worry about anything like this. This first video is just to get everybody to the same level of knowledge, so that when I explain things in future videos, you don't have to worry so much about what this is or what that is or what this is or what does this thing do. It doesn't matter. You're going to know as much as I need you to for the future videos. First things first, you have these three things here, but this is not how it's going to look when you actually open Vegas for the first time. The way it's going to look is like this. This is what you're going to see, although this is going to be empty and this is going to be a black screen. So it may not be obvious what this is, although you can pretty much tell right now what it is. And then, you have this guy down here. Now, what are these windows and what do they do? Okay, because it can be overwhelming right at first. So first you have the preview window, which as you see here, yes, this is totally something. Let me actually turn down all of these guys here. No, drag down, drag down, drag down. All of you go down. There's probably an easier way to do it. There's a button over here somewhere, but I don't know. This way I know where all my points are and I can just kind of turn them back up. Anyway, well, I'm not going to save this, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so this right here is the preview window. This is what you're going to see, your video in. So if I were to play this from the beginning, oh, there it goes. So now you see it right here and you see it playing. This is, what you're going to see. Now, as the movie plays, if you come down to the bottom here, you see this little bar moving over. This is where your movie is, your show or your video is actually playing at that point in time. So wherever this line is what you're going to see up here. It's going to be this many seconds or minutes or hours into your video. And this line will show you what is being shown at that point in time. That's why this is important. Now you can also rewind and fast forward, and it's kind of cool. Now there's other shortcuts you'll see me use here, such as the scroll wheel. That's where you zoom in. So you see right here, it's like 1 minute, 1 minute 30. If I zoom into this, now you see 1 minute's way over here, and 1 minute 30 is like way over here. So I see that 30 seconds a lot bigger, and I can zoom in really, really, really far. And we may do that in the future, but for now, just know that I can zoom in to fine tune things when I need to. The other one is that I hold shift and you scroll to the right. So if I am zoomed in and I don't see the entire video, I can scroll over to wherever it is that I need to be in order to see what I need to see. All right, but I can also scroll out. Sometimes you'll see me use both of them. Sometimes I'll be zoomed in and you'll see me scroll over. Other times you'll see me zoom out and then click on a new spot and then zoom back in. And that's just some of the things that I do. The other thing is that you can actually scroll this up and down. Like if I had 10 tracks here, which is what these guys are called. Each one of these rows is a track. You see right here, it says duplicate track, delete track. That's just how it says that's a new media source kind of thing. It's a little more complicated than that, but these are tracks, and there are reasons to have multiple of them. Like for right here, for example, I could, in theory, put these on the same audio track. These are both audio tracks. That's why you see the audio waves here. I could put them on the same one, but it wouldn't give me the same control over this stuff. So if I had this stuff turned up and then I had them on the same track, I wouldn't be able to bring this one. What? Why are you doing that, man? I said, there we go. I wouldn't be able to make this volume increase at the same time as decreasing this volume here. And it would just kind of conflict that way. But there are other reasons for this, and I'll get into the more specifics of these in future videos. But for right now, there are multiple tracks. And if I had like 10 of them, I could scroll down all of them by holding control in scroll wheel. This is shift in scroll wheel. This is control. Now, the other thing you can do is you can hold control and shift and do the scroll wheel. And you see the preview up there? You see the line? They're both moving. I can scroll through the video, basically frame by frame. I think it's a little faster than that. Maybe not if I zoom in, though. Yeah. If you zoom in, it's actually, you can actually go like frame by frame. If you're out more, it actually goes a little faster. But that's just a cool little thing you can do. So now that you have a general idea of this and this, what is this thing? Now, when you're putting together videos, a lot of times you're going to want to chop out certain bits. Like, oh man, I said something stupid. Let me chop that thing out real quick. You can do that in this guy right here, which is called the trimmer. Now, you can load anything in here. I can edit, photos or pictures in this thing. Like this right here is actually my intro. Let me scroll. Oh, wait, this one. This is the background right here that you see here. So I can actually edit this in this program and it will change it, and it's pretty cool. But you can also edit other things, like this is one of these guys here that I have up here. This is one of those. You can also do video files, which is pretty cool. But usually I don't have this in here because all you really need to do, say I wanted to edit a video, right? And this guy wasn't here. I could just have to right click and go into the open in trimmer and it will pop it back up and I can do what I need to do and then I can close it back out. Or you can even open it in the trimmer and then drag it out so it's popped out and you have your own little free floating thing and you can click the X. So anytime you need it after that, it'll just pop up in that separate window, which is what I like to do. So then you have this guy right here. This is just a resource list. Now it has multiple tabs, which we will end up using in the future. For now, just know that there are other things down here. And what this is just multiple things all in one window. Yeah, you don't need to know about any of these just yet. This is something else I pretty much never use. And this one is project media. Now, like I was saying, this is just a resource list. So anything you want to add into your video will be dropped here. And you can literally, let me show you some of this stuff. If I wanted to add something to this, which this is what I'm recording now. So if we go back into recordings, modded, episode 10, I've done a lot of stuff, which is why there's a lot of things there. But I could just drag and drop this guy right in and he would pop up. Now, I think this one's actually already here. So it didn't add it again. You don't need it twice. But it would have added it to this list if I would have done that. And that's how you can add things to this. You can just drag and drop right into this window and it will add it to your project. And it's pretty cool. Now, the other thing is, as you see, I did change my layout. I removed the trimmer. But you can do other things and make other things bigger, other things smaller. Like, personally, I like to have my video preview bigger. And I don't need this that big. So we can drag this guy over. And then to make this even bigger, since it keeps its aspect ratio, which is, the relative size according to width and height. Since it keeps that and it doesn't skew the image, or else this would be super wide right here, it hit the top and bottom. So if we want it to get bigger, we have to give it more room on the top and bottom. So we can actually drag this guy down too. But you see, that's the crosshair. When it changes like that, that means you can click and drag to make it bigger. Now, I do that. I don't need it that big, to be honest. Let's make it about this biggish. That's about what my screen will look like every time I open, Vegas. I come into a new program, whatever I decide to do. So that's the basics of, this program. So maybe you won't be so overwhelmed when you see it now. You can come in here, you can play with it just a little bit and just to see what happens. Now, the other thing you can do, if you do want to play with it, this is all going to be empty. There's going to be nothing down here. The way you add things to this is literally drag them down. It's literally that simple. And it will add all the tracks and stuff you need, automatically. You don't need to do anything else with it. And then from there, you should be able to play with your clips, play with your video files and stuff and see what you can come up with. But that's all I'm going to go through for this video. This video is the basics. This is designed just to get you up to speed. So in the next video, we're going to end up stepping further and further into this program and actually seeing more of the capabilities, more of what you can do. And there's some really, really cool stuff I want to get into and show you guys how to do. So stick around, see the next video, which should be out shortly. I haven't decided if I'm going to record them all and then I'll upload all of them at one time, or if I'm just going to do this one at a time. Either way, you should see the next video come up pretty shortly. So, if you like the video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more, you want my videos sent directly to you, then don't forget to subscribe. Comment, favorite, share if you feel like you want to. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.